took too long. I was only kidding. Leave my only brother alone to walk to school on such a cold day? Cold day? I couldn't. And yet, you could practice your anime fighting techniques on me. Well, when you look at it that way, but you know, the mastery of the martial arts can be extremely important. Very much so. I'm going to have to agree with the cute little girl with fireballs in her eyes. And I really like the red. It really fits her well. I'm not saying that because it's my favorite color, but it fits her really well. To me, it adds to the cuteness. What does that have to do with anything? It's important, really. Yeah, I know. Self-defense and all that. No, not just self-defense. It's an extra weapon in your arsenal. What? Okay, picture this. Oh, good grief. Imagine that you're fighting against the enemy who already knows your techniques. And why would I be doing that? Because the person challenged you. Because he kidnapped the princess. Use your imagination. But what if the princess is in another cat? Then you'll just have to go look for her. Ouch. Anyway, let's say you end up in combat with someone who knows that you're good with long-range weapons, like a crossbow. They already know your weakness. All they have to do is dash forward and fight at closer range. The archer won't be able to react fast enough, and the attacker will have the advantage. That's good. Example. But what if you're using a mid-ranged weapon like a lance? A lance. That's easy. A well-trained warrior would be proficient with both bows and axes. And everyone knows that the axe beats the lance. True. So then couldn't you just learn magic and attack from a distance? Yes, but what if your enemy knows that you're a magician? A skilled axe wielder would eliminate you with a single strike, no critical necessary. Every magician needs an ace up his sleeve. And that ace is the martial arts. That's one option. You see, magicians draw their power internally, not externally. Magic, unlike sorcery, flows through a natural internal circuit before it can be used in the form of a spell. The use of these circuits can drain much of an amateur's magical energy, resulting in the weakening of the magus combat ability. In this scenario, even a trained magus would be susceptible to the attacks of an ordinary human. More so if said human is skilled in hand-to-hand combat. Though it is unlikely unlikely scenario, it would be prudent for a magus to... Enough with the info dumps. Fine, I don't need you. She taps the Twitter icon on her phone and runs away. Ouch. She's trying to be helpful, such a jerk. Okay, maybe I've been a bit hard on her. Back there. No shit! And a cuss word fitted right perfectly for that. But this isn't a bad outcome either. You'd think the streets would be a bit more busy in the morning, but no one ever passes by here. It's hard to get used to if you're from the city, but I've lived in the suburbs my whole life, and I like the peace and quiet. It's nice. Let your mind wander. Thinking. Let your mind wander to the things you'd rather avoid. Mark. Huh? What was that? Whoa, hey. Cute girl just jumped out of nowhere. Hey, hello. I look around and momentarily spot a figure, but it disappears before my eyes. Strange. She looked familiar. Meh. Can't be that important. 2 weeks later, I would look back on that moment as the first in a series of very, very silly assumptions. Mark, you're actually early. Must be his friend. A familiar voice welcomes me in from the cold. In front of me stands a young man that I've known since the beginning of high school, and that I sometimes wished I didn't know. Well, on time is more like it. We have barely 5 minutes until the bell. That's still an accomplishment. Damn. Scales. A compliment. Dang it. Accomplishment. There. Scales. I can't freaking talk. Cute girl in glasses. Holy dragon scales. Oh hey, did you bring your notes for the presentation? My other friend Lillian voices her question politely, unlike a certain little sister. Well, Reed was on the computer until midnight. My laptop needed recharging, and which means you're making a lie, which means you didn't do it. And your house was constructed without power outlets. Of course, and you can see the disappointment here. Yeah, fine, I'll print them out at lunch. And there goes the bell. Really freaking loud. Sorry, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to a boring lecture if it means I can relax. Yeah, the artwork looks blurred, but despite that, it actually looks well done, even though it probably could have been brought out the light a little bit better. But still, either way, the music and whatever goes on is pretty good. The teacher's voice drones on and on and on. I only know one way to escape. Jumping out the window might have long-term consequences though, so I'll have to be content with staring through it. Whenever I'm bored at school, I always like looking out at the weather and thinking about how I would rather be anywhere but here. Although fortune has treated me with nothing but a sadistic little sister. Hey, that's harsh. She's cute and adorable. You need to get over it. And a pile of unfinished homework this morning, so maybe I'm better off in class after all. Mark. Am I hearing things? Mark! It's just like this morning. Is this someone's stupid idea of a prank? I'm sure it's just some kid with nothing better to do with their time, but... what? Hey. I'm sure it's just some kid with nothing... I can't forget that. Alright, I know what I have to do. Pinpointing the source of the sound, I spin around and glare at my target. She's not getting away this time. The class stares at me. Lucas turns around. I sit back down. Awkwardly. Lunch, finally. No matter how many years pass, nothing beats the taste of cold meat and freedom. It's quiet. Lucas sighs audibly and I follow. I still don't get how Linn can sacrifice her lunch break to study for a test when she hardly ever studies at home. It's far from the strangest thing she's done. Point taken. So, how was that game I lent you? Oh, right. To be honest, I'm not really into these dating sim... To be quite honest, I never played a dating sim before. I don't think I will. But this... how he takes these games so serious, just look at that. The immediate irritated reaction to the words dating sim. They're not dating sims if they don't have statistics. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'll check it out when I get time. Right now I'm busy with, I was about to say schoolwork, but that lie won't last a second. Stuff. Yeah, stuff. Mark, you do know what this means, don't you? I really think I could see the sunlight glint off those glasses. This means that you have yet to experience modern Japanese visual culture in its all glory. Can you please shut up now? Surely you found yourself taking a peek at Rinn's DVD collection at some point in the past 16 years. Have you ever felt discontented with the path the story takes? I'll take that as a no. Protagonists always have plot amour in suspense stories, and the main heroine always wins in romances. I have to agree. Sometimes the heroine dies, but oh well. He at least gets some loving, I guess. Even aside from being dumped down by the awkward transition between two inherently different mediums, haven't you ever felt like the story isn't working? Does it not feel like the main character is a brainless idiot, which is more like a hint that you could do a much better job than him? Haven't you ever felt like giving that idiotic protag a punch in the face, telling him to choose the shy, innocent library girl over that deceitful Oni-chan, I messed that up, Oni-chara, who can't go on a date without thinking about her little brother? This statement may contain a slight amount of bias. Are you sure about that? I think it was more of a hint that his friend was calling him a brainless idiot, and that he was the One-chan who was worrying so much over her little brother, which I should say the opposite, his little sister. At any rate, there's only one solution to problems like these. You play the game. I sense an evil chuckle as he finishes, as if he wants to add on, and soon you'll just be like me! Scales. Well, like I said, I'll get to it eventually. Lucas kicks his feet up. It really is a good game, though. And the school uniforms kind of resemble ours, don't you think? As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Our school is infamous for its elaborate uniforms that don't match its academic reputation. That isn't going to make me play it any faster. Then I'll bother you every day until you do. Kinda reminds me of one of my friends who bugged me all the time about practicing with weapons until I finally did. Do you dare to underestimate my persistence? The bell signals really loud. The end of the lunch. Ow, my ears. We head to class. Away from each other, thankfully. I did it. It took a few years, but I did it. I made it back. And it won't be long before I talk to him again. A clock ticks in the background as a girl gazes pensively out the window. I'm getting nervous just thinking about it. Nervous and a little excited. It's been so long. What I'll do if he's changed. This whole plan would be pointless. I have to stay calm. I know what I'm doing, and I've thought it all through. Just stick to the script. But I'm nervous. So nervous. I like sunsets, I really do. I can live without long walks on the beach, but sunsets, they're special. Cliché doesn't have to make things less special. Not that it matters though. Storybook romances stay in the storybooks. It's just nice to catch a glimpse of stories sometimes. Be it the MP3 shuffle gods granting divinely selected background music, or a perfect twilight after a day of rain. Phew. Thanks again for the help. She's cute. Nachos. Don't worry about it. It's not like I have anything better to do. I slide down from the windowsill, but my feet hesitate. Something about that red tint of the classroom and Lillian's smile is discomforting. Discomforting and uncannily familiar. Does the school library always get this much work? I can see why you asked for a hand. No. The library usually maintains itself with the help of the teachers. We just have some extra things to take care of before the end of the term. Paperwork, mostly. Sounds tough. All work and no pay. I think you mean no play. Wait, you're getting paid? No, but... Well, there you go. You win this one. Busted. Anyways, as I was trying to say, I don't mind the extra work. We help out because we want to, right? We help out because we want to. I read that. I guess that's the third time I've did that already. Though it's nice to have an extra pair of hands from time to time. Ah, right. Besides, you always end up owing me favors. This is just one of them. Anyway, shall we head home? Yeah, let's go. I grab my bag and rush to hold the door. It could be nice to stay back after school, can't it? On the occasion, the weather is nice today. I try to find something other than the weather to comment on, but it's always cold in the winter, but it feels good when you're inside. It looks like it's like looking at a snow globe. Does that make sense? Now that you mention it, I don't think it does. It made sense in my head. Don't worry about it, I know what you mean. Do you? I think. Just looks at him. I'm guessing that they're looking at each other right now. What? Yeah. Quite obvious. It couldn't have been that important, right? I suppose. Lillian smiles rarely, but something and walks up ahead, frizzly hair lit by the sun. We walked alone for the next few minutes, and I tried to nonchalantly wave goodbye. I can't shake the feeling that something was off about her today. Maybe I'm imagining things thanks to that voice in my head, but she also seems as tense as me. Sigh. I'd better head back before Rin starts worrying. I turned to walk home, but Mark. Okay, that's it. The world just isn't normal today. Mark! I'm getting to the bottom of this. I walk for a few seconds and pretend not to notice, before spinning around. There she is. She's there, then she's gone. It's a girl. She stands out, long purple hair and a red ribbon, swaying in the breeze. Good artwork, by the way. She reappears in an alleyway to my left. I see her lips move. Lo me. The minute I step toward her, she points to her right. It's the road that leads back to my school. I look back at her. Or at least, I would have, had she not already disappeared. That arrogant... Alright, now she's really done it. I'll run through this town all night if I have to. You're messing with the wrong guy. Oh, I'm pissed. Before I realize it, the sky darkens and the clouds drift in. From time to time, I catch a glimpse of something white out of the corner of my eye, but it disappears before I can identify it. She's deliberately dashing through the side streets, and she always seems to be exactly one street ahead. I gasp for breath as I reach the school building. The girl stands daintily at the entrance.